So are you an A-level or an O-level student studying ZIMSEC? Well, this is the video for you. Hello everybody and welcome back to VJ Academy. To those that are new here, my name is Sir Vitalis Jera and I am a computer science major at University of Zimbabwe. So, have you always been told that for you to pass ZIMSEC, you have to put in extra work, extra time, you have to be studying so much, so hard? Well, what if I told you that is wrong? So stay tuned, because I'm going to share you the tips and tricks on how to pass ZIMSEC the smarter way and not the harder way. Because the last tip is mind-blowing. Some of you might be wondering, who is this guy and how come he's giving us tips and tricks? Well, I'm actually a computer science student at University of Zimbabwe. Recently wrote A-Level like 2 years ago and actually scored 20 points in 4 subjects: mathematics, physics, statistics and computer science. And then scored 7 A's and 7 B's at O-Level whilst studying in a COVID era. 2 months of studying and scored 7 A's and 7 B's. So I pretty much know my stuff. First thing is first is your mindset. So if you believe something is hard, you're obviously going to not do as better of a job than you are supposed to be doing in the first place. So if I enter an exam thinking that this thing is hard, well, that's setting up yourself for failure. Because obviously when things are hard, you believe things are hard, they're going to be hard. It's actually a scientific proven fact called the law of attraction. Well, it says the frequency that you emit to the world is the frequency that will actually come into your life. So that when people say that you manifest your life, it's actually true, guys, because you actually manifest what actually happens in your life. People tend to ask me, how come you actually get what you actually write in your diary or in your journals? Well, it starts with the mindset. It starts way here, because I actually believe what I actually write is going to come true. So I am sending a frequency that it's going to happen. So it does happen. Planning. I know people will be like, planning what? Passing is a strategy. It's a war zone. You have to play the smartest trick so that you don't put it the hardest work. So you have to plan your things smarter way. So how do you do this? Journal your subjects, right? Take your syllabuses, right? And then split them into chunks per each week. Split them, say like 2 to 3 days I'll be studying this and that. And then comes prioritization. You need to prioritize things that you're not actually good at. Let's say you're having troubles with mathematics, like I did. I actually had troubles in mathematics and I was good in computer science. So you tend that on my study timetable, I would actually put 1 day for computer science and 3 days for mathematics. This is because I knew that I was actually weak in terms of mathematics. But doing that, I would actually create time for computer science, because I'm not going to just forget that I'm doing computer science. You'll be asking me like, what is active learning? What the heck? So active learning is whereby you actually learn whilst doing something. Have you ever watched those YouTube videos telling that if you actually study whilst exercising, you actually retain more information? Well, this is actually true. But to those that don't like actually exercising, well, there are the tips and tricks on how to actually do active learning. Like personally, what I did was that I would use reinventing or reimagining and flashcards and teaching. So what is this? Reinvention or reimagining is that when I'm reading, I would look around my objects, like look around the place I am actually in. So let's say I'm in a studio where we used to write exams. I would actually start picturing the bench or that window as an information that I'm actually reading. So when I'm actually in the exam, when I look at the window, that information actually comes back because I actually assigned it a certain item in my notes. So flashcards are these little cards that you actually write for yourself. When you're actually reading your notes, you write certain flashcards, like certain simple facts and certain words, definitions. For example, people would actually say that I'm cramming. So like be going to study, and there's this girl called back in my school. She would actually see me reading my flashcards out loud. I like to read aloud because I actually retain information more when I read aloud. So she would actually see me read aloud those cards, and she'd be like, Jirono cram my will. And I'll be like, no, it's not called cramming, because what I'm doing is I'm reading aloud and actually teaching. After I read aloud, I understand the information and then try to teach an empty audience so that I actually see that I know this concept. If I actually feel that I did not teach them well, I will not move on. So you'll be like, teaching who? Even an empty class, desks, trees, just need to teach something, like to split it out. Cheat. Stay with me. When I say cheat, I mean the cheat sheet. So what is a cheat sheet? Is like taking a piece of paper or a bond paper, that's what I mostly used, and folding it into two halves, like folding it. And then when I'm reading, I tend to write information that I feel like this could be actually an exam questions, because the textbook that we read, they actually give us a clear picture that this can actually be a question. Like mostly definitions, importance, like tips or things like that. These are 4 factors of what. Those are actually exam typical questions. So I would actually write them down on cheat sheets, so that when I'm actually reading for my exams, I don't go and visit my notebook and then start reading the 20 pages. I'll actually read just 3 cheat sheets and I'm good for the exam. Get comfortable. Just like the first tip of your mindset, getting comfortable in exam, it frees your mind. When you're like agitated or frustrated or angry or just feeling like scared, you tend to make a lot of mistakes. This actually happened to me in uni, where I was writing a linear algebra exam. I actually saw the first question and I was shocked. And I was actually started getting scared. And that exam, I guys. I ended up getting a 2-2, and I wanted an A1, a distinction. But you see, getting comfortable, it now frees your mind. So when you see an exam question which you don't know, just skip it. And then come back to it when you're finished. Because what we need, or what we'll be racing against, is time, which comes to always, and I mean always, pack a mint. Yes, a mint, because it is like an African folklore or an African myth that a mint wards off evil spirits. Hear me out. I'm not about all superstition, but I'm saying that a mint just relaxes your nerves, right? When your nerves are relaxed, they tend to function more. And so if you want to get an A, or you're looking to get the best out of your O-Level and A-Level, VJ Academy is actually offering a 1-to-1 lessons on science subject, be it computer science, statistics, physics, pure maths, or even business studies. VJ Academy got you covered. And they also offer projects, like computer science projects, for as low as $10. So go and buy and save yourself time that you can actually devote to reading and attaining that A. So for more videos like this, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and comment, I am going to get an A. Lock it in, manifest. It's you. See you next time.